y'all, welcome or welcome back. This is the first episode of Make It Monday, where I'm going to show you how to make a completely free vision board using Canva.com. And so here is an example of a vision board that I've created that fits very nicely into my Kate Spade planner. It's my wallet that I carry around with me everywhere. And to have my goals front and center has been really powerful for these first few days of the year. And I know that it will continue to be an encouragement as we continue throughout 2019. So I do use Canva for business, but I have created an account to show you how you can use the free software. It's free, no time limit or anything like that, to actually create your vision board that can fit nicely into any size planner you have. So let's go ahead and get started. I have started up my account and now I'm creating a custom size, and this is for the personal size, which is 3.75 by 6.75, and I change it from pixels to inches. This is important because you want to make sure that it's sized correctly to easily just print out after you're finished creating your vision board. Now I go to the Elements tab here and then I select Grids. This is going to make it super simple to get a nice looking layout throughout your vision board. I'm just kind of looking through the grids here to decide how I really want to lay out all of my images. I have a couple images, as you can see on the bottom download bar, that I will be adding into this vision board. And so I want to select something that's not going to have one photo overshadow another. So I selected this grid that has 5 image boxes, and there are definitely other grids that have tons more. And now I'm just actually uploading or dragging and dropping the images that I've downloaded from websites like Burst or Pixabay. There are a couple of free image websites that I'll link in the description, and I also have an accompanying blog post that will kind of give a little bit more detail. Here the images are, they're all uploaded. As you can see, the kind of progress bars have gone away, and now you can just literally drag and drop your images from one place to the other. If you want to get super technical, you can double click on each image and resize it so that the portion of the image is just as you'd like to see it. So here I've, prioritized traveling. I've prioritized time with friends. So I wanted to get all of the girls kind of in this picture. I picked out the silhouette picture. I believe it was from Pixabay, which is, like I said, a free image site. I also wanted to make sure that I was prioritizing my health and wellness, specifically around like yoga and being flexible and exercising my core. But then when I wanted to put in my Bible, I was noticing that I didn't really like how the image was appearing. And so you can just click to delete that image from that spot, and you can then replace another image by just literally dragging and dropping. That's all I'm doing here, is just dragging the image from one place and dropping it on the grid where I would like it to be. And so lastly, I was trying to decide which self-care image I would like best. I really actually wasn't liking how this one was fitting in, but I didn't want any more images of people in my vision board because I want to really envision myself here. So what I did was decided to adjust the grid spacing. And so I made the grid spaces smaller by lowering the grid space amount, and then I went and adjusted the photos so that they filled those spaces completely. And I do like how this shows up a lot better now. The other thing that you can do is you can adjust the color of the background here. Also the color of the images or the filters on the images. And so, like I said, I wanted to kind of envision myself in some of these things. And so I took away some color from the people images, and I changed the color of the other images to kind of match a blue tone, because that was the feel I was going for here. Blue to me is very relaxing, and so I just thought it would be a good idea to make these images have kind of a blue hue to them. And I'm just adjusting them by doing the filter. As you can see here, I adjusted my colors in my personal one to pink. Some of those images have actually a pink, it's the rosy filter over it to kind of fit in with my theme of things being pink in my planner. So that's all I'm doing here is just adjusting the image filters until I like how they look. And then I will be finished pretty much with my vision board here. And like I said, it's just that simple. You're dragging and dropping images into spaces, and there are tons of grids that you can use for free to actually make a quick vision board. I'm going to also show you how to do this with the Happy Planner size, which is 7 inches by 9.25 inches. And I will also show you how I adjust it so that the where the image or where the paper will go around the disc isn't cutting into the images as well. Here I'm not too worried about it because when I laminate it, or actually I think I do adjust it a little bit, but when I laminate it, I leave a little bit extra, so it's not too much of a worry as far as cutting into my image. And if you'd like to see pictures of my vision board, I actually have them posted, or I should have them posted on Instagram or on one of my Instagram story highlights. So here I'm just showing you how I actually can resize this to an A6 using the paid version, but you don't have to use the paid version. You can actually just make another image and then kind of recreate it in the size that you're looking for. But it was super simple with the paid version to resize this to an A6 size, which is, I want to say it's about 4 by 6 maybe. And here I'm resizing it to the Happy Planner size to show you just how simple that is. And then this is my current vision board, like I said, that I have in my planner, but I'm renaming it Happy Planner. I'm adjusting where the image is so that the area to be punched doesn't cut into the image. And yeah, I can print this out now and have it in my Happy Planner. And I can also adjust some of the filters on it. I was just playing around to show you that you can adjust the filters to kind of match a theme that you're looking for. Now to go back to the image I just created, I'm going to go back, and this is just to show you that in order to resize it under the free, or they don't allow you to resize it, under the free account. But I was able to resize it under my paid account because I do use that account for a lot of graphic stuff, like making my YouTube thumbnails and making pins for Pinterest and things for the blog. So here I'm coming back to our free account to show you how I'm going to actually just start a new one. So I go back to custom dimensions and I am resizing it for the Happy Planner, which is 7 by 9.25 inches. I'm going to select another grid. So I select grids under elements. So I look for elements on the left and then look for grids. There are also free photos there, so you don't necessarily have to go around searching for photos. You can use some of the free photos that are available on Canva, but keep in mind that you want to look to make sure that they are free and that they don't include some kind of price, which would be noted sort of on the corner of each image. And here it is. I just selected another grid. I did some dragging and dropping of the images. Now I have all of the images in there that I've downloaded. I'm resizing the entire grid so that I can have some space there on the left for punching the paper to fit around my discs. And now I'm going to experiment with adding text. So this is also another fun thing. You can add your own text. So I just added a heading. I'm typing in time with friends and resizing it to fit into that image. And I'm going to adjust it a little bit by adjusting the color to white so you can see it. And I'm also picking my favorite font. My favorite font here is Playlist Script, I believe is the name of it. And I love how that looks. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger so you can see it. And then it'll be clear as day on my vision board. You can also use these kind of free text examples or text pairings here. And so I really want to add a quote about traveling. And so I go and I select the quote that I'm thinking of adding. I go through and I look for text pairings that I think would look good. And the quote is, "Oh, darling, let's be adventurers." And so I just type that in as a replacement for the text that was already there. And I'm doing a little bit of resizing and color changing, and everything is right here on the screen. If you want to resize it, there are sizes up. You can change the size of above. You can also change the size sometimes by just adjusting the image itself, or I'm sorry, the text box itself. Here, it wasn't really showing up as well as I'd like to, so I'm going to the Elements tab. I'm getting rid of the grid search up there, and I'm selecting Shapes. And so I want to select the perfect shape here, and that will go around that image that I can actually move to the back. So I'm resizing it to cover up the letters, and then I'm going to change the position, which is located up here in the upper right. And I'm just going to move it behind the text so that you can see the text, and then I'm going to adjust the transparency on that image so that you can really see the text. And I want to change that, I'm trying to decide, I think I want to change, the text to pink, just to bring in a little bit of pink, but then I decided that I want to stick with the blue theme, and so I change it to blue. And what I love about Canva is that when you change one color, it saves kind of that color for you as a color that you've used in your project right there, and then you can just select it again. And so there it is. I change the text. I do some just adjusting. I ungroup it and adjust it to move it up, and there you have it. It's my vision board. And so I'm renaming it because it just actually takes the name of whatever the first text is that you write, and then I can download it as a PNG file. Because there's no transparent background here, I decided, well, maybe I want to change the background a little bit, the background color, so that it doesn't look like it's just printed on white paper. You could also cut this out, I guess, and then layer it on top of something that you already have, maybe a dashboard in your planner, so that you don't even have to worry about punching it or anything like that. So Canva also offers the option for you to send it to them to be printed. I mean, if you don't have access to a printer, that would be very convenient, but there are lots of options here. So that's it. That's how you make your planner vision boards. I hope that this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all about how to do this, please leave them in the comment section below. I'm happy to help, and I will see you in the next video. All right. Thanks again for watching. Bye.